'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Hey guys, so last night was the 7th episode of the 3rd season of Pretty Little Liars, and the episode was called Crazy. Okay, so I have no idea if this has anything to do with anything, but did anyone else notice how everyone in last night's episode was wearing black and white except for Hannah, Ella, Cece, and Toby, and extras, but they don't count, they're not real people. And not only that, but they were all wearing the same kinds of colors. They were all wearing like pinks and purples. And like I said, I don't know if that really means anything, but if it doesn't, I feel like it's weird that the stylist or like the director or somebody didn't pick up on that, because I noticed it right off the bat. Speaking of Cece, I don't like her. And not even because of her character or anything like that, because obviously she's supposed to be a bitch and basically a clone of Allie, like we're not really supposed to like her, but because she's a really bad actress. Speaking of bad acting, whatever happened to Duncan from last season? Are we done with him? Because I mean, that's fine if we are, but he just seemed like he was like a gem of information there for a second. Also, I bet that Cece is that friend that Allie was talking about in the last episode where she was going out with a friend that Spencer didn't know. So I noticed that the coffee shop Emily works at is called the Rear Window Brew. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about this, but there is an Alfred Hitchcock movie called Rear Window that the movie Disturbia is actually based on, about a guy who becomes confined to his apartment and he starts spying on all of his neighbors because I guess he has nothing better to do, and he becomes convinced that one of his neighbors is a murderer. Now, I'm just saying, Marlene King, producer of Pretty Little Liars, did the whole psycho thing last season. Maybe she's going with the Rear Window theme this season, who knows? A piece from a Ouija board, a game you played 4 days before your missing friend's body turns up, and a game that caused you to think that she was really alive, and that caused you to tell her parents, who then hated you for it. That's what you decide to put in that friend's grave? That's the most sentimental thing you could think of? That's even weirder than Arya's choice. So in the boutique that Cece works at, if you look in the background, you see some kind of painting or like picture of a baby on the wall for whatever reason that has 3 eyes. And if you look at the eye, that's the unnatural one, looks an awful lot like the stamp that was on Holden's wrist for that club he was talking about. Coincidence? Probably not. Yeah, I know, I was totally playing detective last night. Was that not an extremely weird and awkward comment for Nate to make to Emily about her being the hottest girl in Rosewood, or is that just me? Me likey the new barista at the coffee shop. Me dislikey that Ted was Ella's date. First of all, I'm not a huge fan of Ted anyway, but that's just potential unnecessary drama. Also, I really don't want Ella and Ashley to have any reason to have any beef with each other. Because even though it seems like Ella isn't really interested in Ted, they wouldn't put that in the show for no reason, right? Spencer, I get that you were just trying to be a good person and keep Jason out of trouble and yada yada yada. But girlfriend, you have enough shit to worry about in your own life without having to deal with Jason's problems too. You just put yourself in yet another shitty situation in your horrible, horrible life. Hannah, grab the tweezers! What is wrong with you? Nice save, Toby. At least someone's thinking. That children's ward was some of the creepiest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I was disturbed, like, all the way through to my core. Like, I legit felt like I was watching a horror movie. Just want to say, Kaylin, you all know Kaylin, totally figured out that Mona was speaking in code before Hannah did. We were on it. We had it all decoded before the scene was even over. Just call us Sherlock and Watson. Alright guys, that's all I got for you this week, so I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye!
'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.